Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you're well. My name is Average J, and this is my review for Xenowerk, which is a free-to-play twin-stick shooter, and is very much free, as it turns out, because I've done all of it, and I didn't have to pay a penny, which is surprising, actually, for a game that's as well put together as this is. So if you look at your armors, I've got the best one, because I've finished the game, but they start with reasonable stats and get better and better, and your powers for the suits, you start with a couple, and then it gets more and more as the suits get better. And the weapons, the weapons are brilliant. There is a lot of weapons. So if we go through the list here, as you can see, it's quite the selection. All sorts of weapons, from your usual machine guns and shotguns to laser weapons, grenade launchers. There's a lot, which is excellent. They can all be leveled up. You collect these sort of blue collectibles that fall from enemies. If I show you the missions, I was really impressed with how much there is as well. I mean, the nature of the game makes it very competitive. I don't see an issue with it. It's quite funny that by the time you get to the hard levels, like these security measures ones there, I was using it to like level up weapons and stuff, because I couldn't finish the mission itself, not even the first one. You have to like clear out the level. You got like 3 minutes to do it, I think. And I could clear the enemies, and I go, yes, I've finally done it. And then it's like, oh, you've got to get to the elevator to finish. Oh, yeah, okay. You just have to plan your route a bit better, I guess. But no, it was good because it was a way to sort of grind things out at the end, which I needed. Okay, so you have construction site as well, factory X, military branch, and medical research, which is where you start. So if we pick a level in the middle somewhere, military branch, and go. So it's a twin stick shooter. It works okay with the on-screen controls, and I mean okay. It takes a bit of getting used to, and it functions well enough. A little bit cumbersome, but if you have a controller, so good. It is absolutely fantastic with a controller, which is what I'm using. So you can choose to have boosters for the floor, which as the game goes on they get more expensive, but here they're quite cheap. They're a couple of thousand each when you start getting to the much later levels. So if you were using the on-screen controls, one of the main sort of issues or the differences between that and a controller is that when you use the sticks, your virtual sticks on the screen, you automatically fire with the look one, which you might expect, because how many different buttons can you press? You've only got 2 thumbs. At least hopefully you have 2 thumbs. I feel for you if you don't. But anyway, when you're using a controller, you're aiming freely and then you press a fire button, which is much better. So I can actually look around without spreading bullets or plasma everywhere. Getting around the levels to do the missions, it couldn't be easier. It's really good. Look at the map, and it's just, I mean, how much more simple can you make it? Pocket-sized levels, perfect for a mobile game. It shows you where the enemies are, so you can clear the whole floor. And your objectives are the green things. It actually shows you that as well whilst you're playing. On the screen, there's a little arrow there, and on the left, next to my face, and that is your objective. So you can't get lost. You can't really get confused. You get these ratings, your 3 little radiation nuclear symbols. So you get them by chaining kills together. For the achievements had it so that you had to do the first, they call them shafts, like the full levels all the way to the bottom. The first one is 10 levels, and then there's 20 on the next 2. So you get a lot of replay for your money through the achievements if you're into that. Or maybe you're just someone who really likes to upgrade all their weapons, and I can totally appreciate that. In which case, there's a hell of a lot, because as you saw, there's a lot of weapons. So your objectives are often as simple as just blow that up, press this button, that kind of thing. But if you want to max out, like get the full rating for the mission, then yeah, you need to be trying to chain kills together the best you can. So sort of sprinting through as quickly as possible, whilst making sure you do all of the objectives. Clear the floor as well, because you get a bonus for clearing the floor of all enemies. And then just move on, and you're done. And I didn't really have any problems with the game, in all honesty. There's no story of really much to speak of. It's not really necessary. You don't really need a story for a game like this. But it's just really fun, arcadey, quick to play. The shortness of the levels makes it, pick up and play really simple, really easy. Infinitely better if you have a controller. So, I mean, the fact that there's no ads it's great for a game like this. You can play for as long as you like. It's just brilliant. I think very, very highly of this game. Like I say, slightly cumbersome if you have no controller. So if you don't have a controller, I mean, I'd probably give it about a 7.5 out of 10, because it's still worth a go, definitely. I mean, it is free after all, so have a crack at it. But if you have a controller, it's a 9 out of 10, definitely. Hands down, it's phenomenal. Definitely worth playing. Loads of play for your money. You can buy currency, or you can, you get so much money for watching an ad, which is the only ad you'll find in the game, which is something just, love that. All the packages go from sort of 99p up to £42. So yeah, I mean, I'd never say don't do it for a game like this. You want to spend money on it, and never criticise you for it, because support that developer, because they did an exceptional job with this, and it would be fantastic to see more. So give it a try. Thank you for your time, and you guys take care of yourself. Ta-da.